be Crocodile Dundees in this video, apparently.
Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video here on my channel. I am so glad that you decided to click on this video, and thank you guys so much if you are a returning viewer. I truly appreciate it, and if you are new, I hope that you will stick around. My name is Megan, and in today's video I had a ton of yard work that I needed to get done, and I was determined to get it done. And I thought nothing was going to get in my way of completing this yard work, but this video is definitely an adventure, y'all. Disclaimer, I was definitely not expecting all of these hurdles that we were facing in this video. I felt like Michael and I were in the middle of a Crocodile Dundee movie or something in this video, not even gonna lie. But y'all will have to just stick around and watch and see what happened in this video. It's definitely not a typical yard work video that you might be used to watching. So just a little backstory on our lawnmower situation currently. The lawnmower that we have has been out of commission for the past year and a half almost now. And it messed up last year when I was the one driving it. Of course, one of the transmissions went out in the lawnmower, and I say one of the transmissions because I did not know that this zero-turn lawnmower that we have had two different transmissions in it, which is interesting to me. But one of them decided to go out when I was on it last year, and we just haven't had the funds to get that fixed. So my dad has been graciously cutting our yard for us, and he does live next door, so that is extremely helpful. So we did have our yard cut recently, and I just needed to get out here and do some weed eating because we have had our yard cut all summer, but we haven't really done a lot of weed eating. So there were a couple areas that had a lot of grass that had grown up, and I was just really tired of all of the grass, and I needed to tackle it and just cut it down, especially around our patio, because I do try and keep it clean as best I can for the summertime, because we do tend to spend a lot of time out there. And given we don't have any tall trees in our yard for shade, this is the only place that we can go to have shade in our yard. Okay, so that's the whole backstory with our lawnmower. Here's where it gets pretty interesting. Not to say that I was the one that messed up the lawnmower, it's just that the transmission literally went out when I was on it, ironically. But now that you have that in mind, whenever you see me weed eating, just remember this big ginormous battery that I am using that comes with this Ryobi weed eater. This battery operates the weed eater here, which is electric, and also our electric blower. And apparently when I was weed eating out here, I don't know what happened with the battery, but the battery itself went out. It just completely quit charging. It still had 1 bar of charge on the battery, so I thought, well, maybe it just needs some more charge before I can weed eat some more, because it just randomly quit. So I put it on the charger in the shop, waited a few hours, came back out, grabbed it off the charger, and put it back on the weed eater, and the weed eater would not cut on. It wasn't doing anything. So then I get Michael, I'm like, hey, I'm trying to weed eat out here, and this weed eater is not cutting on. I've tried charging the battery. The battery's been on the charger for a couple of hours now, and I'm just like, why isn't this cutting on? So whenever he gets to looking at the battery and tries to put it on the dock, he said that the battery itself is not wanting to charge at all. So that led me to believe that somehow or another, when I was using this weed eater, that the battery had gotten extremely hot or something, and it just messed something up with the battery itself. Now, these batteries are not cheap. This is a very big battery, and they're very expensive, especially since it operates both this electric weed eater and the blower. So I felt really bad about that. So now I wasn't able to use the blower because I wanted to use the blower after I got done weed eating, especially on our patio, but I wasn't able to do that because of the battery situation. So I'm just like, I just can't catch a break when it comes to doing yard work, y'all. Like, I don't know what is going on. And at this point, I think it's safe to say that Megan and outdoor lawn tools do not get along. Oh, there's our lawnmower right there. It's been parked there for forever. We had this mat that was on top of it, but it had got blown off from some wind, and we have not put it back on there in a while. and I got to looking on the mat and I backed away from it because one, it has been sitting there for a while. Two, there was probably a bunch of spiders under there. And three, I could see ant beds everywhere under there. So I'm like, nope, I will cut around that. I'm not even touching that. I will let Michael deal with that. I am not doing that. Your girl is wearing flip-flops out here. I am not dealing with no ants biting my feet. This is not a safe zone. We haven't even gotten to the best part of today's video yet, and it's already been a whirlwind. This is where I came back outside to put the battery on, where I thought I charged it, but turns out the battery was messed up. So one of Michael's best friends let us borrow his weed eater, and that thing was awesome, y'all. Also, the moment he tried to weed eat around our shop, the string literally flew out of it, so he had to rethread the weed eater so we could use it again. So while he was working on that, I wanted to come up front really quickly and just kind of trim these bushes a little bit.
That's a snake. Yeah, that's a snake.
Where?
Right there.
Where? Where's the snake?
There's a baby snake right there.
What color?
Looks like a baby copperhead.
What?
Stand back, because he's about to come flying.
I don't see nothing.
I just saw him.
You want me to go get the shovel?
There he is.
You gonna get the shovel before he goes away? That's why you cut the yard. Go get the shovel before it goes away.
We were definitely not expecting an encounter with a snake this afternoon, but the snake actually went inside Michael's shop, and he's actually still in there right now while we were just kind of continuing working outside. But once he came back out, we did kill him. So y'all please be careful.
I said, this right here is the strongest snaring weed eater in the market. It's the Echo. We're going to find out just how strong it is. We're going to be jacking the beanstalk today. We're going to be cutting this thing down.
Here is where the snake decided to come back out, and luckily we did have the shovel on hand and we were ready for whenever it did come back out. I personally can't stand snakes. I don't like them. I was worried because anytime you see a baby snake, there's normally more babies around that's nearby. So luckily it wasn't a bigger one than this, and we were able to kill him pretty easy. But y'all, I just would hate one of my children just running across a snake in the yard. But it is something that does happen, and it is their season to be active. So y'all just please be careful.
We crocodile Dundies in this video apparently.
Croc.
Or Crocky.
We do not support animal cruelty. But when you pop up on my property, you lose your rights.
So we moved on to weed eating around our heat pump, and little did we know that there was a bunch of humongous brown recluse spiders that had a nest right here where we were weed eating, and we are just so lucky that we didn't get bit. Michael killed a couple of them when he was there, but I did end up killing like 2 or 3 more when I was trying to rake around that area.
Are you sure you dropped them?
Yeah. There was a bunch of other ones that ran away.
That is pretty much it for today's video. I'm sorry I didn't have a lot more footage in this video, but given that our battery messed up, I just couldn't do anymore. And plus, both of us were sweating so much out here. It was so hot and we were just really tired after all of this work. But I hope that you guys really enjoyed this video. My next upcoming video is probably going to be a whole house clean with me and back to school prep, because my daughters do start school in another week. So stay tuned for that video. I hope you'll subscribe so you will be notified of any future videos I post. And I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here, and I hope that you have a great rest of your week. Bye y'all.